Hey there, future scientists! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are conquering your Grade 8 Science Term 1 Summative Test. We have 30 high-impact questions covering the digestive system processes and the plant transport system. This review is designed to test your understanding, application, and analysis skills so you can head into your exam with absolute confidence. Before we jump in, grab a pen and a piece of paper right now so you can keep track of your score. Are you ready? Let's smash this test. Let's begin with item 1. According to the lesson, what best describes a body system? Choice A, a single organ that works alone to perform a function. Choice B, a group of organs working together to perform a certain function. Choice C, any structure inside the body that is made of cells. Choice D, a network of blood vessels that carries oxygen. Go ahead and pause the video if you need a few seconds to think, or lock in your choice by typing it in the comments section below. The correct answer is choice B, a group of organs working together to perform a certain function. Here is why this is correct. By definition, a body system cannot just be a single organ working by itself. It requires a coordinated network of multiple organs working in harmony to accomplish a major bodily function. A single organ working alone is just an organ, not a complete system. Moving to item 2. Which term refers to the semi-fluid mass of partially digested food and gastric juices formed in the stomach? Choice A, bolus. Choice B, chyme. Choice C, villi. Choice D, amylase. What is your guess for this one? Take a moment, pause the video if you need to, and write down your answer. The correct answer to item 2 is B, chyme. Let's break this down. Chyme is that specific semi-fluid mixture of food and gastric juices that gets created inside your stomach. A common mistake here is confusing it with choice A, bolus. Remember, a bolus is the rounded mass of food formed in your mouth before you swallow, not the mixture found later in the stomach. Next is item 3. What are peristalsis movements? Choice A, enzymes that speed up chemical digestion. Choice B, finger-like projections that absorb nutrients. Choice C, involuntary muscle contractions that propel food through the digestive tract. Choice D, hormones that regulate hunger. Think carefully about how food actually moves down your digestive tube. Pause the video now to make your selection. The correct answer to item 3 is C, involuntary muscle contractions that propel food through the digestive tract. Why is this the right choice? Peristalsis acts like a wave pushing through a tube, mechanically forcing food and liquids along your digestive highway. Don't confuse this with choice B. Those finger-like projections responsible for absorbing nutrients are called villi, not peristalsis. For item 4, based on the lesson, what is the main function of xylem in a plant? Choice A, conducting water and dissolved nutrients upward from the root. Choice B, conducting sugars downward from the leaves. Choice C, regulating gas exchange through stomata. Choice D, storing excess sugar produced during photosynthesis. We are moving into plant transport. Pause the video here to pick your answer before we reveal the truth. The correct answer to item 4 is A, conducting water and dissolved nutrients upward from the root. The function of conducting sugars downward from the leaves belongs to the phloem, not the xylem. Item 5 asks, how does the lesson define transpiration? Choice A, the upward push of sap caused by osmotic pressure in the roots. Choice B, the process where plants absorb water through roots and release water vapor through leaf pores. Choice C, the transport of soluble food material from one part of a plant to another. Choice D, the flow of liquid through narrow spaces without external force. Think about how plants sweat. Hit pause and write down your final answer. The correct answer to item 5 is B, the process where plants absorb water through roots and release water vapor through leaf pores. This is correct because transpiration is essentially the evaporation of water from plant leaves into the atmosphere. Be careful not to mix this up with choice A. The upward push from osmotic pressure is called root pressure, which is a totally different mechanism. For item 6, what is translocation, as defined in the lesson's vocabulary activity? Choice A, the transport of soluble food material from one part of a plant to another. Choice B, the opening and closing of stomata to regulate gas exchange. Choice C, the absorption of water by root hairs. Choice D, the hardening of stem tissue to provide support. Don't let the similar-sounding words trick you. Take a brief pause to lock in your choice. The correct answer to item 6 is A, the transport of soluble food material from one part of a plant to another. Think of location, moving food from one location to another inside the plant. Misconception alert. Choice B, which mentions regulating the opening and closing of stomata, is managed by guard cells, not translocation. Item 7. In the lesson's group activity table, what does the digestive system supply to the circulatory system? Choice A, oxygen for gas exchange. Choice B, nutrients that sustain the heart's function in circulation. Choice C, signals for muscle coordination. Choice D, hormones that regulate blood pressure. How do our body systems talk to each other? Pause the video and write down your thought. The correct answer to item 7 is B, nutrients that sustain the heart's function. The heart is a muscle that constantly pumps blood, and just like any other muscle, it needs fuel. The digestive system breaks down food to supply those exact nutrients to keep the heart beating. Why is choice A wrong? Supplying oxygen for gas exchange is the duty of the respiratory system, not the digestive system. Let's look at item 8. Jenna takes a bite of rice and starts chewing while her saliva mixes with it before she swallows. Which digestive process is being illustrated? Choice A, absorption. Choice B, elimination. Choice C, mechanical processing. Choice D, translocation. An application question. Imagine yourself eating lunch. Pause the video and figure out what process is happening right in Jenna's mouth. The correct answer is C, mechanical processing. Chewing, tearing, grinding, and physically mashing food with your teeth while mixing it with saliva is the definition of mechanical processing. A common misconception is choice A, absorption. Absorption occurs much later down the line when nutrients pass through the intestinal walls into your bloodstream, not while you are chewing. Moving to item 9. A student is tracing a crossword clue that says, an enzyme that breaks down fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Which enzyme should the student write? Choice A, amylase. Choice B, lipase. Choice C, pepsin. Choice D, bile. Think of your biochemical prefixes. Pause here and take a guess in the comments. The correct answer is B, lipase. Lipase is the enzyme specifically responsible for breaking down fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Amylase is used for breaking down carbohydrates. The giveaway keyword here is fats. Fats are lipids, and the enzyme that digests them is lipase. Many students mistakenly guess choice A, amylase. However, amylase is specialized for breaking down carbohydrates and starches into simple sugars, not fats. For item 10. A group places a celery stalk in colored water to observe where the dye travels. Which plant tissue are they most likely observing? Choice A, phloem. Choice B, xylem. Choice C, guard cells. Choice D, root hairs. This is a classic science experiment. Pause the video and think about which tissue pulls fluids upward. The correct answer is B, xylem. Xylem is the tissue responsible for conducting water upward from the root through the stem, which explains the rising dye. Because the colored water is being drawn upward through the cut stem of the celery, it must travel through the water-conducting tubes, which are the xylem vessels. Choice A, phloem, is incorrect because phloem is specialized for distributing sugars made during photosynthesis, not pulling raw water up from a cup. In item 11, a classmate has heartburn and blames it entirely on too much stomach acid. Based on the lesson, what is the more accurate explanation? Choice A, weakened lower esophageal sphincter allowing acid reflux. Choice B, eating spicy food. Choice C, chewing gum. Choice D, harmful gut bacteria. Let's bust some medical myths. Hit pause and choose the scientific reality. The correct answer is A. Heartburn is often caused by a weakened lower esophageal sphincter allowing acid reflux. It is not caused simply by excess acid or spicy food. This is an important distinction. Heartburn isn't just about having too much acid. It's a structural issue where the muscular ring called the lower esophageal sphincter, or LES, relaxes or weakens, allowing that acid to creep up into the sensitive esophagus. Choice B is a widespread myth. Spicy foods might aggravate symptoms for some, but they are not the primary biological cause of heartburn or stomach ulcers. Next, item 12. On a hot, dry afternoon, a plant's leaves wilt despite moist soil. Which process is most directly responsible for the water loss? Choice A, translocation. Choice B, root pressure. Choice C, transpiration. Choice D, capillary action. Think about how weather affects a plant. Pause the video and lock in your answer. The correct answer is C, transpiration. When air becomes hot and dry, the evaporation rate spikes, forcing the plant to lose water vapor through its leaf pores much faster than it can replace it, resulting in wilting. Students sometimes guess choice B, root pressure, but root pressure describes an upward push from the bottom, not the mechanism of water escaping from the leaves into the atmosphere. For item 13. After singing Ang Lahat ng Bagay, the class is asked to connect the song's message to a specific body system pairing used in the lesson's group activity. Which pairing correctly matches the lesson's table? Choice A. Digestive system provides nutrients that fuel muscle activity. Choice B. Digestive system produces insulin for the endocrine system. Choice C. Digestive system pumps blood for the circulatory system. Choice D. Digestive system pumps blood for the circulatory system. Choice D. Digestive system filters air for the respiratory system. Think back to your classroom integration activities. Pause here and select the correct correlation. The correct answer is A. Digestive system provides nutrients that fuel muscle activity. The other options describe functions of different systems, such as the circulatory or respiratory systems. According to our lesson's core concept mapping, the nutrients captured by the digestive tract serve as the chemical fuel required for muscle movement across the body. Choice C is a clear misconception because the digestive system never pumps blood. That task belongs exclusively to the heart within the circulatory system. Moving to item 14. During activity 1.3, students are asked to narrate what happens right after food leaves the stomach and enters the small intestine. Which process should they describe first? Choice A. Elimination of solid waste. Choice B. Absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream by the villi. Choice C. Chewing and mixing with saliva. Choice D. Opening and closing of stomata. Trace the path of your food step by step. Pause the video and write your answer down. The correct answer is B. Absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream by the villi. This is the primary function of the small intestine following digestion in the stomach. Once food enters the small intestine, the primary mission changes to absorbing broken down nutrients through the tiny, microscopic villi lining the walls. Choice C is incorrect because chewing and saliva production are the very first steps that happen up in the mouth, long before food ever travels down to the intestines. Item 15. A student claims that, quote, chewing gum takes 7 years to digest. How should this claim be analyzed based on the lesson? Choice A. It is correct because gum is made of tough material that enzymes cannot break down at all. Choice B. It is a myth. Gum simply passes through the digestive system without being broken down and is expelled. Choice C. It is correct because gum blocks the small intestine permanently. Choice D. It is a myth because gum dissolves completely within seconds in the mouth. Everyone has heard this rumor before. Pause the video right now and pick the actual scientific answer. The correct answer to item 15 is B. It is a myth. Gum simply passes through the digestive system without being broken down and is expelled. Don't panic if you accidentally swallowed your gum. Your body cannot digest the rubber base of modern gum, but your normal digestive movements keep it moving right along until it is naturally excreted. Choice C is an extreme exaggeration, not supported by medical science. Moving to item 16. When comparing xylem and phloem, which statement correctly analyzes their difference in direction and content of transport? Choice A. Xylem carries sugars downward. Phloem carries water upward. Choice B. Xylem carries water and nutrients upward from the roots. Phloem carries sugars from the leaves to other parts. Choice C. Both xylem and phloem carry only water in the same direction. Choice D. Xylem and phloem both transport gases through stomata. This is a classic comparative analysis question. Take a quick pause and sort out your plant vascular pathways. The correct answer is B. Xylem carries water and nutrients upward from the roots, while phloem carries sugars from the leaves to other parts. The two tissues differ significantly in both the direction of flow and the substances they conduct. Xylem operates strictly from the roots up to handle water transport, while phloem distributes the organic food and sugars synthesized in the leaves down and around to the rest of the plant. Reversing these pathways, as seen in Choice A, is a classic test trap. For item 17, why does the digestive system need the circulatory system to complete its job of nourishing the body? Choice A. Because the circulatory system produces the enzymes that digest food. Choice B. Because nutrients absorbed by the digestive system must be transported to other body parts through circulation. Choice C. Because the circulatory system eliminates undigested waste. Choice D. Because the circulatory system controls the muscle contractions in the digestive tract. Think about systemic teamwork. Pause the video to think this through. The correct answer is B. Nutrients absorbed by the digestive system must be transported to other body parts through circulation. The circulatory system acts as the delivery network for the energy and materials the digestive system processes. Teamwork makes the dream work. The digestive system breaks down and extracts the food items, but it relies completely on the blood vessels of the circulatory system to act as a delivery network to carry those nutrients to your toes, brain, and fingers. Choice A is entirely incorrect. The circulatory system does not manufacture digestive enzymes. Item 18 asks, guard cells change shape to open or close the stomata. What does this reveal about the relationship between structure and function in plants? Choice A. Guard cells have no connection to water regulation in the plant. Choice B. The shape change of guard cells directly regulates gas exchange and water loss through the stomata. Choice C. Stomata remain open at all times regardless of the guard cells. Choice D. Guard cells control the flow of sugars through the phloem. How does shape control action? Take a short pause and select your answer. The correct answer is B. The shape change of guard cells directly regulates gas exchange and water loss through the stomata. These specialized cells act as gatekeepers for the plant's internal environment. The physical design of guard cells allows them to swell up or deflate, which acts like an adjustable gateway over the stoma pores to balance breathing and preserve water. Choice D represents a misunderstanding. Guard cells do not exert control over sugar flows in the phloem. Next, item 19. In Activity 2.2, A Tale of Two Systems, students compare human and plant systems, which is a valid analysis of how they are similar. Choice A. Both systems move essential substances, nutrients or food, through internal pathways to sustain the organism. Choice B. Both systems use identical organs, such as a stomach and intestines. Choice C. Both systems rely on stomata to regulate their internal processes. Choice D. Both systems only function when the organism is asleep. Look at the big picture of life. Pause the video and write down what makes these two systems fundamentally alike. The correct answer is A. Both systems move essential substances through internal pathways to sustain the organism. While their structures differ, the fundamental purpose of transport is a shared biological requirement. Even though trees don't look like humans, both organisms share the universal biological challenge of needing internal transportation networks to keep cells fueled and alive. Choice B is an obvious error because plants completely lack complex animal organs like stomachs or intestines. Item 20. A nutrition chart lists liver, kidney, stomach, and small intestine, and asks which one does not belong with the rest. Which item should be excluded and why? Choice A. Liver, because it does not produce bile. Choice B. Kidney, because it is part of the excretory system, not the digestive system. Choice C. Stomach, because it does not process food. Choice D. Small intestine, because it does not absorb nutrients. Find the odd one out. Pause the video and analyze the systems these organs belong to. The correct answer is B. The kidney should be excluded because it is part of the excretory system, not the digestive system. The others all play roles directly within the process of digestion. The liver, stomach, and small intestines all serve as active components of digestion. The kidney, meanwhile, functions as a blood filter for the urinary/excretory system, making it the correct item to exclude. Choice A is inaccurate, because your liver absolutely does produce bile. For item 21, what would most likely happen to the nervous and muscular systems if the digestive system failed to supply nutrients, based on the relationships described in the lesson? Choice A. They would be unaffected since they get energy from the respiratory system alone. Choice B. The nervous system would lose energy for cognitive functions, and the muscular system would lack fuel for muscle activity. Choice C. They would begin producing their own nutrients independently. Choice D. Only the muscular system would be affected, never the nervous system. Imagine a chain reaction in the body. Pause the video and lock in your logic. The correct answer is B. The nervous system would lose energy for cognitive functions, and the muscular system would lack fuel for muscle activity. Both systems depend on the digestive system's output to function properly. Your brain relies on glucose and nutrients from food to handle thinking, and your muscles need that same energy to contract. If digestion drops the ball, both systems suffer heavily from an energy shortage. Choice A is a mistake, because the respiratory system handles breathing and oxygen exchange, not nutritional energy supply. Item 22. Which statement is the most accurate evaluation of the claim fasting detoxifies the body? Choice A. It is fully accurate. Fasting is the only way to remove toxins from the body. Choice B. It is largely unfounded. The liver and kidneys are primarily responsible for filtering and eliminating toxins. Choice C. It is accurate only if a person fasts for exactly 7 years. Or choice D. It is unfounded because fasting has no effect on the body at all. Let's look at the science of detoxification. Pause here and think about your internal filtration systems. The correct answer is B. It is largely unfounded. The liver and kidneys are primarily responsible for filtering and eliminating toxins. Fasting is not a replacement for the body's natural filtration systems. You don't need fancy juice cleanses or intense fasts to clean out your body. Your liver and kidneys are working 24/7 as built-in, highly effective toxic filtration plants. Choice D goes a bit too far, because fasting does alter metabolic states. It just doesn't claim ownership over detoxification as people think.